Thursday morning means we check in with USD 443 Dodge City Public Schools to see what's going on with them. I got cables everywhere. All right, anyway, Mr. Sheck is here. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well this morning, Josh. How about yourself?
Doing all right. And another exciting week. What's going on at Dodge City Public Schools?
Man, some days I think it would be easier to just list what's not going on than what is going on.
That's
but
fair.
Yeah, I just left the district office to come over here, and already this morning we've got an ELA work group that is convening over there to go over the curriculum adoption and try to come to a consensus on some instructional materials. As we know, we're going to speak to some young educators here, but a combination of a highly effective teacher and highly effective instructional materials coming together in classrooms is what will help us move the needle for our students. So got that great work already going on this morning. And then Leadership Dodge is in the district today. They were all meeting in the foyer of the district office waiting for the transport to take them out to the high school, where they will spend some time seeing some of the great things in action at the high school, and then going through a poverty simulation as part of the program in our district today. So got all of those things going on, and then also have some guests here that are going to speak on behalf of Educators Rising.
There you go. I love it. So busy stuff all the time at Dodge City Public Schools beyond teaching.
Yes.
Beyond the regular school stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. Again, it takes a delicate balance to make it all go. And so very fortunate to have a team of individuals that we do keep the main thing and focus on the students and the student outcomes, but navigate all of the other things that have to happen for that to occur along the way. So
absolutely.
Couldn't be more fortunate.
Absolutely. So you've got some guests today. You said Educators Rising is the group. Tell us what that is and what we got.
Yeah, so about 3 years ago, we started participating in a National Teacher Signing Day, and that day was actually put on or promoted by Educators Rising. Well, then, through some conversations, Ms. Stevens says, it would be nice for us to actually just start a chapter of Educators Rising in our district, and I think there would be a lot of benefits to that for our students that are looking into progressing in a career in education. And so through those conversations and through her work and support, we now have a chapter of Educators Rising at our high school. And she assured us when this began 2 years ago-ish now that she felt like our students could compete at any level in this organization from what she had seen when she went out and witnessed it.
Right.
And she was not wrong. Now we have two of those students that are going to share this morning. And so at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Ms. Stevens.
Okay.
Thank her for all of her work getting this going in our district and seeing it flourish, and let her introduce her two students and tell a little bit more about Educators Rising and the chapter that we have in our district.
Sounds good to me. All right, you can swing that over there. Good morning, Miss Stevens.
Good morning.
Mrs. Stevens, I guess. So
That's okay.
So tell us about Educators Rising and your students.
Okay, perfect. Educators Rising is, like Mr. Sheck said, a national chapter aimed at preparing students that are interested in future careers in education for those future jobs. And so this year it's super cool. We have members at Dodge City High School that want to be future athletic directors and future counselors, future teachers, paraprofessionals. And so it is kind of an all-encompassing.
So it's not just about classroom teachers. It's
Right.
about education and
Correct.
wherever you land in there.
Yep. Administrators, all the way down. So
Okay.
any job you can think of, Educators Rising is there to give them a realistic view of what that job's like.
All right. And I'm told that your students here have won some things or placed some things. So tell us, introduce them and tell us what's going on.
Okay, well, these two young ladies are incredible. They make me so proud to be their teacher every single day. They competed, and I'll let them explain their competitions to you, because when you tell people, oh, we go to competitions for Educators Rising, they're like, what do you mean? Do you just teach people in the audience?
Right. You out math the other
Right.
guy.
But it's very cool because Educators Rising understands that one of the things that makes educators special is that we all have unique strengths. So there is a variety of competitions that students can choose from, whether it's public speaking, talking about current crises that educators face, or curriculum, or really anything. And these two chose very unique projects, which I'll let them explain to you.
All right.
Let me hand it over first. Let me give my little Avery a shout out. Avery is a senior. She placed first at state last week, 2 weeks ago.
Awesome.
And she is also our district nominee for the CTE Presidential Scholars Award for the entire district. So she's pretty phenomenal, and our vice president for Educators Rising.
There you go. All right, Avery, jump up there and tell us about your project.
So I did an interactive bulletin board, which it's kind of confusing. You can do a lot of different things with it. But basically, I made what's called an identity tree, where my students, which I work with fifth grade students at Northwest Elementary, and we connected how they feel about themselves and their lives to the book we were reading. So that first, they connected the foundations of their lives to the foundations of the book. Like if they saw the book was based a lot on family and they are really close with their family, they connected that to each other. And then they connected with groups. So they connected what helps them grow with each other. And then they made a goal for themselves that they saw in the book. So the book we just read was really good. And they said that they want to become farmers. And they saw a lot of that in the book. And that was a really great goal for them.
Absolutely. Well, very cool. I love it. And you presented that to the state or the competition and you won.
Yes, I did.
Very cool. I love it. All right. What's the plan next year? What do you want to teach? Let me say that.
I want to teach elementary, preferably like 4th or 5th grade, and then next year I'm going to go to Emporia State University.
Very cool. I love it. Very good. Well, congratulations, Avery.
Thank
you. Who else do we have on the list today?
I want to also shout out Avery because she won't, and she's going to be able to compete at nationals because she scored 97%.
Awesome.
On her project. So
When and where's that?
Oregon this summer in June.
Awesome.
We're very proud of her. They won't brag on themselves, but I'm shameless and I will.
That's why you're here. Exactly. That's what teachers for.
Yes.
All right. Who else we have?
Next, we have Shannon Bittler, who is also a teacher cadet at Northwest, and I will let her talk to you about her project.
All right. What was your project?
My project was teacher-created materials, so you can make anything that could be helpful in the classroom. I specifically made a binder with different standards and all the standards actually, and there was science, English, math, ESL, kids with special abilities. All of this was about hummingbirds.
Okay.
And it was a big binder. I laminated all the pages.
Right. So this is about hummingbirds, and this gives you things to teach about hummingbirds in every single thing.
Yes.
Okay, very cool. So kind of a minimum, if you're teaching science, here's a hummingbird lesson. If you're teaching, how do you do math with hummingbirds?
I made it where the wind speed and also the wings.
How fast they fly and things like that.
So I did area with the bird feeders.
See, it works. So you picked a topic and you created a resource for a teacher to be able to teach every subject about this one topic.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you placed well.
Yeah, I got second at state, and I was able to move on.
There you go. Where was state? Where did that take place?
Lindsborg.
Okay.
Kansas.
Fair enough.
At Bethany College.
Bethany College. There you go. Awesome. Well, congratulations. What's your future education plans or educator plans?
I'm only a junior, but
Right.
I plan to do the co-teaching that USD 443 has next year, and then I plan to move on to either go to college or stay in Dodge and do one of the mini programs that they have.
There you go. So you want to be a classroom teacher as well?
Yes.
Very cool. Well, it sounds like great goals, and it sounds like you're both well on your way with the Educators Rising program. So congratulations, both of you, and thanks for sharing. It's fun to learn about the thing. I mean, I didn't know Educators Rising was a thing, so it's fun to learn about new programs, and that's what we love to do. So I love it. Anything else we need to know about the group? Got it all covered? All right, Mr. Sheck, it's back to you.
Thank you. Yeah, and we have one more student that we're going to give a shout out to this morning, and then we may bring her in at some point. But earlier this week, we also had representatives from the Rudd Scholarship at Dodge City High School, and so they presented Vanessa Real with a full ride scholarship to Wichita State University through the Rudd Foundation. Over 700 students applied, 75 were interviewed, and only 50 of those scholarships are being presented statewide this year. So to have one of those 50 recipients coming from Dodge City High School is pretty impressive. So
that is very cool, and not the first time. You guys have had several over the last, in the last decade. You've had several.
Yeah, in fact, I and again, don't quote me on this, but I remember at least 4 in the last 5 or 6 years that I can think of. And some of the ceremonies, so to speak, that have occurred have been at weird times over the last couple of years. Right. So we haven't been real involved in them like we were with this one. Mm-hmm. And this was a really neat experience. And I appreciate how it ended up working out at Dodge City High School, because she happened to be in the lunchroom for lunch when everything started unfolding. And so for the other students to be able to witness and see those great things that happen on the academic side and the things that normally kind of fly under the radar in the back was very impressive to me. Right. And hopefully we can build on that with some of the other great things that go on that don't always come to the surface and get the attention that they deserve.
Absolutely. You're able to make a big deal, an even bigger deal for everybody to see. So that's very cool. I love it. All right. Well, we appreciate the update as always. Did we make it through the list?
I think we did.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, and we will see you next Thursday.
All right. Thank you, Josh.
All right. Let's get back to the country music now.